So this is Scotty Silver for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm here in the Canary Islands in training camp with the WBO middleweight champion of the world, Mr. Billy Joe Saunders.
How we going, pal?
Yeah, nice to see you, mate. Looking trim.
Trying.
What do you think of this Canarian weather then over the last couple of weeks?
Listen, it's what time are you leaving for the airport? Yeah, go on, yeah, because I'll get with Jules, yeah? Yeah, I like it. Last day of it for me. Back home to England today.
Back home, is that any reason for the back home bit, or is it just a case of a little break? Or
No. I'm back full time training. Got to shoot back, nip back. Got an appointment, so I've got to get back. These are back Saturday anyway, so.
Well, last time I spoke to you was just before the Willie Monroe Jr. fight.
Yeah.
I've got to say, it's one of the few times I think in IFL TV history where some of it actually got edited out and some of the stuff actually got we had special effects over some of the things that you said. I think Coogan, I think he must have had an heart attack when he saw the interview.
Listen, with me, it's just I come as I am. I just don't change. Don't care if it's ITV cameras, BBC cameras, Sky cameras, BT cameras. I'm just the same.
But the build up to the Willie Monroe Jr. fight was it certainly had its moments, and then after that David Lemieux, there was no sort of love lost there. Martin Murray up next.
Yeah.
So much respect between you guys. I can't imagine that sort of kicking off at presses or anything.
No, I mean, look, everyone knows I like to play the the mind games and other stuff. A load of shit really, but with Martin, he's been all over the world boxing. So if I thought, I could get in his head and whatnot else, but but he's too old and too for that. He's too clever. He's been around too much. He's always been the underdog, so he's seen it all. So it's pointless trying to get into his head because you just be wasting your breath. He's besides that, he's a good man. He deserves his chance. He's only been beat by world champions, so you've got to take it up to him. He never says no. He don't say I'm not going here. He's agreed to everything of this fight. So I've got to respect that, really.
Yeah.
I've got to respect that. Not, you get some of these fights, they're not happy with the gloves, they're not happy with the ring, they're not happy that it was just yes all the way through.
Yeah.
So I've got to respect that for him. A real warrior, and he will come with his heart on his sleeve, that's for sure.
Well, he probably knows that it's going to be his last shot. And let's face it, he's only lost about 4 or 5 times, and as you say, they've been against world champions, and a couple of those have been debatable as well. Is it easy to just sort of think past Martin? How easy is it to just sort of not be quite so concentrated and have a potential banana skin?
I personally think that for anybody to do that, especially myself, I'll be a fool, because what's waiting beyond the door for me, for the winner of this fight? People need to understand that I picked the best I could pick that was available, really. And Martin, when they say, Martin's lost, Martin's, look what he did, him and George Groves, what a fight. George Groves is in a hot fight next week, so Martin didn't do himself any damage in that fight. He came back with, he beat Rosado and that, so you've got to give Martin credit and respect. I personally think he should have beat Martinez. He had the points, I reckon, and he certainly beat Sturm. So he should have been twice world champion anyway, but that's the harsh luck of boxing. But the main thing is with Martin, he's been all through that. He's got nothing to lose, everything to gain. So if he wants to call it his last shot, then I know that I'm getting the best of Martin Murray.
And of course, when he fought Groves, that was also super middleweight as well. So maybe middleweight's gonna suit him better.
Maybe so. Look, there's always a knack of people getting down to weight. Always. Listen, I know that myself even. People say, he's been active, he's been this. It's still hard for me to make 11.6. I suppose it will be hard for Martin to make 11.6, because if it was easy, he would have kept at 11.6. But it's very, very hard. For a big middleweight, it's hard to maintain that weight. So perhaps I might end up a super middleweight one day, or finish up a light heavyweight. I don't know, but weight's always a factor in boxing. Not only middleweight, every weight.
Yeah. Well, I suppose that's an option if the Canelo-Golovkin fight doesn't go off. You can go up to light heavyweight. That's some tasty fights there, mate.
Well, look, listen,
you and Anthony Yard.
Anthony Yard, yeah, be a good fight. Good fella, very good talent. Coming through, one of the hottest prospects in boxing. But this boxing game, it's all ups. You got to make hay while the sun shines. And at the minute, I'm enjoying boxing.
Yeah.
So I just might as well get the big fights in while I can.
Well, it has been a bit of a turnaround for you. If you go back a year ago, how this last 5 or 6 months has been. I remember you said to me, and you've said to Coogan and James in the past, that your quest would be to turn those haters into lovers. Do you think you spun it round a little bit now?
I think a few. I'm not finished yet. Listen, when I do what I set out to do, look, I should be beating the likes of Willie Monroe. I should be dealing with David Lemieux, because I know what I'm on a quest to do. I know what my mission is. So if I can't be dealing with them, then in my own head, this mission's a big fairy tale. Yeah. I know what I'm going to do. I want the winner of Golovkin and Canelo. Please God, Golovkin wins, rightly so, because he did last time. And I will hold all the titles, every single one of them, by the end of this year.
Well, you didn't just handle Lemieux. I mean, I think the general consensus was that you absolutely schooled him, and there was still a bit of bad blood at the end. I think even at the interview straight after the fight, Lemieux had said you hadn't came to fight, yet he was standing there.
That's because
pretty battered.
Listen, that's because he's listen, he ain't worth a wank. He's not worth a carrot. Never mind me, I could pick one of my sons to beat him. Now, I said it before, I could have beat him with a blindfold on. I could hear his punches before he threw him. Now, I've got very good boxing brain. Someone like Lemieux never, ever will trouble me. Never. In a million years. So he could have talked all the shit he wanted. We both talk shit, but who backed it up? Me. And he wasn't man enough at the end to say he got beat by the better man. So, therefore, he's a fraggle, what I called him, and that's what he is.
Yeah. And you touched on Groves fighting next week, of course, against Chris Eubank Jr. Chris Eubank Jr. has come on leaps and bounds over the last 3 or 4 years. How do you sort of see that fight going at the Manchester Arena?
Do you know what? I haven't really took a close eye on it. I haven't really watched Eubank really since I beat him with dribs and drabs, really. You know, I'm on my own quest and my own mission, and that's what I've got in my head. You know, I think it'd be a stylistic sort of fight, so you know, it'd be a good fight. All depends whose game plan comes off. So yeah.
Yeah. And back in training camp here, nice to see Terry Flanagan over here as well for the first time in Fuerteventura. How's he been sort of doing? Because I mean, there's this lovely little crowd when you guys come over. You've got like Cal here and Jason Quigley, Atif and Barry. But the first time sort of Terry's been part of that as well. Has he sort of come out of his shell and joined the lads?
Terry and Steve, they're sound men. You know, when you know Terry Flanagan up close and personal, like I've got to know him here. He's got a real good sense of humour. He's got a good personality. It's you don't see it on TV, but it really he comes across well. You know, he's a smart kid.
Yeah, and he's always singing your praise. And of course, he's going to be a dad again as well. I know he's had his injury troubles over the last year, but he's got a tough fight again against Hooker, hasn't he?
Listen, I haven't really watched much of Hooker, but you know, Terry out here, he's on a mission. You know, he's training flat out. He wants to push it every day, and it just shows what sort of mentality he's got in that ring. You know, and I think when someone's in that mindset, they're hard to untie, and I think Terry will be hard to untie.
Yeah. How's it been going with his training? Because obviously he's over here with Steve's dad, who's also named Steve. I mean, how's it been going like with Dominic there as well? Do they get on? As they sort of give tips to each other? I mean,
no, listen, I think that, you know, Terry's obviously happy where he is. He's got a good trainer and that. But, you know, he's a long way up from his fight. So his trainer maybe he's thinking, well, listen, I'll let him go and do 2 weeks in the sun. You know, kickstart camp a little bit. When he comes back, he'll be that extra 10% ready for me. I suppose they'll knuckle straight down again doing what they do. But on the other hand, it's probably more, it's different experience as well. You know, he's fighting a different, you know, a tall, awkward, long, gangly man. Maybe he's out here getting a taste of the Ingle style a little bit, you know, just to get used to it, which it all helps. So, you know, if the shoe was on the other foot and I could go somewhere for 2 weeks and get out of London, then I'd probably do it. So, he's here for a good man, Steve. Steve's watching over him and that, but you know, Dom's helping out here and there. So, it's good sometimes to get that break.
Yeah, of course you're not fighting until April, but Cal's here as well. Cal's got his big fight 4 weeks' time. You're seeing him closer than anyone.
Yeah.
Again, Cal's sort of hinted that maybe he hasn't got too much longer left in the game, but just catching a little bit of him in the gym, he's looking real sharp already, isn't he?
Yeah, listen, watching Cal spar, watching him back now, he's got the buzz back. Listen, with Cal Brook, people go on and say, oh, he quit. He didn't quit. He didn't quit at all. He came from a welterweight to fight the most baddest middleweight probably in the last 50 years, 40 years. And he gave a good account of himself. He then came back personally from getting up to middleweight straight back down to his weight, welterweight again, to fight one of the hottest prospects. So he's not scared, he don't give a shit. You know, maybe he shouldn't have come down that weight, first of all. You know, I know what it's like making weight, and you know, he's had 2 bad eye injuries, but yet he still got in there. Kell Brook, for me personally, is an unbelievable fighter. When people get to know him and see him up closely, you know he's got a good art, Kell, art of line. And I know if someone's a quitter on that, and there's not. He's a good fighter, and personally myself, I think that styles make fights. And when he fights Amir Khan, if it happens, it'll go the same sort of way as Canelo and Khan.
Yeah.
I personally think Kell Brook can knock him out in 8 rounds. They handled it completely wrong. You should have hit him with the glass, not the water.
I was going to say, if the boot was on that foot, would it have been a fist, glass or water with you?
Well, thank God, I just sleep around. Do you know what I mean? So they can do what they want. It don't really matter to me.
That's the way to go, Billy, I think, isn't it?
I'll just rent my body out to the ladies, you know.
Is that maybe a future career after boxing?
Gigolo, yeah.
Yeah, I can see you doing that.
100%.
Good money in that as well.
Good money, yeah. It's not the best, but
enjoyable.
You know, what is it?
It's going to be enjoyable.
Be enjoyable, yeah.
You could double up with Tyson, couldn't you? You could go out as like the brothers.
Me and Kell Brooks, we're going to double up and get some women, some married women in with Kell. We're going to get some married women. Me and you's going to double up. Yeah, we're going to double up, yeah, and pound some married women. In.
Kel, I've got to say at this point, Kel is sitting right behind you thinking, what the hell is he going on
do you know what he said? You said that about his mate. Look what he said about Khan. Say it again.
we get Kel's group. We get your word later, mate. We get.
I'm a break his puppet on chin.
We will be having a word with later. There you go. He's going to break Amir Khan's Popadom chin. Billy, I'll tell you what. You've got a fantastic 6 or 7 months in front of you. I've got to quickly touch on if the Canelo Golovkin fight, if that doesn't happen, who do you see next? Maybe Danny Jacobs or?
If Danny Jacobs wanted to fight me, he wanted to join Eddie Hearn. It's like me. It's like Canelo now, having all the titles. Me leaving Frank Warren and going with top rank. Never going to happen, is it? Eddie Hearn, he kind of joined Eddie Hearn. He should have took a little bit less money, or maybe more money, and joined Frank Warren. And then I would have loved to box him on the 14th of April. Loved to. He's good, but listen, if I can't beat the likes of him, I'm not going to do what I said I was going to do. And that's what's in my head. And to be honest with you, I couldn't give 2 shits about him. Yeah, he's good, but 1,000,000% I'm better.
Yeah.
So if they can work it out between them, I would love to make it. He don't sell 10 tickets in America. That's why he's with Eddie Hearn. You know, if they can make it financially work, viable for both of us, then I'm sure that me and him's not got a problem fighting each other. 1,000,000%.
Yeah. And on that note, Billy, is there anything else you would like to add?
No, that's it. That is it. That's
right.
me done today.
Well, safe flight home, and
Safe
hopefully
flight.
we'll catch up again in fight week. Billy Joe Saunders.
God bless you.